Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending where you're watching us from, and also when you are watching this video. It is an honor and also a privilege to have you here. We appreciate you taking your time to come and watch this video of African Corner. We also appreciate those people who are subscribing to our YouTube channels. We also want to urge them to continue sharing the content, sharing with their friends, commenting, and also asking them to subscribe. So today we want to do something a little bit different. We are introducing a segment of African Corner, a program where we have called it State of the Continent. It will be a program under African Corner. So what we are basically doing, we will be looking at what is happening in the continent, more so in Kenya and in South Africa, not forgetting the other parts of the continent. We'll be looking at that. We will be looking at the state of the continent in African Corner. It will be a program that is under the African Corner umbrella-ship. So Ali, how are you today?
We are doing great, my friend. I'm asking you that side of Africa. I know that you guys are always, in front of us in terms of 1 hour, which means you
Yeah.
guys, you are the ones who are actually the heart of actually Africa. We're doing great this side. I'm asking you that side, my friend, if you're also feeling whatever that we're feeling this side.
We are good. We are, I think I'm loving Kenya. Not that I did not love it, but I'm also loving it more because the peace that is still around here, after the general election is just amazing. You hear what people are saying, that people have really changed their mindset. Looking at back in history, the way people used to behave, especially after general election, especially the 2007, 2008, and you compare to it to what is happening really right now, it's just wonderful. And I think it is really, really nice. And actually, at that particular point, I want to begin with, what is happening in Kenya. And before I get what is happening in Kenya, maybe I can just brief our audiences even further what is, state of African Corner, state of the continent. We have gotten to realize, especially many young people in the continent of Africa and even around the world, they don't like watching news. Many people in Africa, especially the young people, our target audience, don't even like reading newspapers. They say that those newspapers are boring. They have boring articles. But you know what? We got you. We are here to help you solve that problem that you're facing. We want to help you understand what is happening in the continent without having that reading those long articles and watching those news. I don't know why people do that, but we are going to brief you what is happening in the continent. And beginning with Kenya, Ali, what is happening right now in Kenya? You remember I told you the other day that we finished the elections. The IBC, the chairman of the IBC, which is the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission of Kenya, it declared the president-elect as Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Dr. William Samoei Ruto was also the previous, or rather is still the deputy president until he has been sworn in. So we saw a lot of, shenanigans happening there. There was a lot of hula baloo. You saw what was happening at Bomas of Kenya. So right now, the people who lost the election, according to the IBC, are called the Azimio One Kenya, led by the right honorable former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya called Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, yesterday was the last day according to the constitution, for them to take their petition to court. And they did that. Can you believe, Ali, they went with a whole lorry, a whole truck of evidence. Can you imagine that? Yeah?
You're lying.
I'm telling you the truth. Go and watch the news. African Corner, guys, I'm telling you the truth. Those people went with a whole lorry of evidence, of paperwork. Now we are waiting for the Supreme Court. Actually, the Constitution of Kenya gives the Supreme Court 14 days for them to give a verdict. So for 14 days, we are expecting to hear what they're going to say, 5th of September this year, 2022. So we are waiting to hear if they're going to annul the elections that we just had, and they tell us we go for a fresh, ballot, go fresh to the elections again, or either they are going to order a recount of the ballots that were casted, or they might just announce the person who took the case to court as the winner, and then making the Dr. William Samoei Ruto the loser. So we are waiting to see that. And also here in Kenya, we have seen something that is going around, especially in Nakuru county. Nakuru is one of the counties, and it's also a city here in Kenya. It's actually the new city in Kenya now. It is. We have seen some cases of swine flu. Some swine flu are. Not rather are, but swine flu is now starting to spread in that part of the country, and we don't know what is happening. We just hope that things are going to be okay. And just to finish off with what is happening in Kenya, early today I've really read a funny thing. I don't know if you're going to believe this. I read it from Standard Media, and they were saying that a study has shown that men gossip for about 76 minutes a day compared to women who do the same gossiping for 52 minutes per day. I was wondering to myself, I thought women who are supposed to be the gossipers.
Women, they gossip
I don't want them to attack me that I say women are gossipers, but that is the trend of Africa. We expect women as the people, but I think things are changing.
I wonder what is happening with that research or study, because we are all aware, my friend, that actually ladies are the one in most cases we are used to that they gossip a lot. When they say men gossip a lot, it's a very interesting study, which I believe whoever will be watching this video or watching this video by now, they need to go through, understand why they're saying we gossip more than them. It's quite interesting, man. Quite interesting.
What is happening in South Africa?
Nothing much, my brother, happening in South Africa. As far as I'm concerned, I'm aware that we'll be having a nationwide strike, which will take place tomorrow, where a trade union federations called COSATU and also SAFTU, they have called for all the non-essential workers actually to strike for tomorrow's day. The reason being for them to protest. They actually planned this thing throughout all the provinces, which we believe that there will be thousands and thousands and thousands of people will be joining the march. Actually, they are calling for the government to actually intervention into the cost of living. They're saying that food is expensive, fuel is expensive. They're actually trying to get the attention of the government by actually, calling this nationwide strike. We got this report via a newspaper called Daily Mail that is coming from South Africa. And also, I'm aware that there is an investigation that is going through about a Deutsche Depp, where we had that there was actually a primary school, which it ended up having some IT equipment, which it looks like the contract was not in order, and now the people's they didn't even know what is happening. This cool bank account, it's seized. A lot of things are happening this side. And also, we have learned that, I'm not sure, my friend, if you are aware of what is called grey listing. Because I had
what is that? What is that?
Grey listing. Grey listing in most cases. Grey listing in most cases is whereby, I'm not sure you are aware about this. I don't know. I could call it organizations or unions that normally they check if a country it's normally using money, like the money they call it figure. They check if money is being used widely, whereby there's no corruption and such. Because if there is a corruption in a country, they have to downgrade the status of the country. It's either they downgrade it or they put it on a grey list. So we have learned that the Standard Bank CEO Sim Chabalala say that South Africa is unlikely actually to dodge the international grey listing. That we actually see that it's added to the list. That is including the likes of Syria, Haiti, and also Imam, due to the deficit in the ability to combat financial crime. Because most countries which are having issues in terms of crime, they see themselves being grey listed because of there's high crime in that country. That previously South Africa, it was actually warned that the grey listing by the financial, they call it the Financial Act Task Force. Not sure if you're aware of that. And also we have learned that the former President Jacob Zuma actually is fighting to keep his tax affairs secret, because it looks like the media, they also need to have those papers. They want the former president to disclose his tax matters so that they can know what. But he's fighting that because he has filed papers through the court. And also, we can also check what is happening. We're aware that today, around about 2:05, we have learned that in Congo, according to the African news, we have learned that in Congo reports show that there are new Ebola cases that are linked to the previous outbreak. And we have also learned that the World Bank has given a 300 million US dollar that was granted to Mozambique after some of the scandals which were taken through there. And I could tell you, man, I don't know if you're also following this thing. I also got it
Yeah.
via the African news in Libya, where we have learned that there were about 7 bodies that were found in a new mass grave.
Wow.
Imagine what is happening there.
What?
Imagine, and we have also learned that there are a lot of things which are happening in Africa, and we also need to get interested and know what is happening, man.
Yeah, and that's the whole purpose of the state of the continent. Actually, you have just reminded me that you started with the issue of protest. I saw that in Nigeria, cross river workers they are having a protest that they allege that non-payment of 5 years wage. So I was just wondering, how are they not paid for 5 years? This cross river workers protest alleged non-payment of 5 years wage, and that is something that I was reading it today, and I was just wondering what is happening in the West, because we are getting to see the western part of Africa, and these are the Africa has very funny things that happen here in this continent, and we really want to understand. And maybe you can find experts who will ask about this issue. But today, our issue is just to notify our audience what is going on. And also, I've also remembered something that I have seen today. That has also been trending from about 19th of August this year in Rwanda. You see, there is a Rwandan woman who is facing between 6 months to 2 years in jail for what? For indecent dressing. And you see, this is after a photo of her, in a fishnet attire that was making rounds in social media, and she was taken to court. And actually, do you know that the judge who was looking at her case said that she's not going to go anywhere? So the judge detained her for 30 days pending investigation. And I was just wondering,
Wow.
I'm wondering, I'm just wondering, what investigation? You saw this woman in whatever attire she was wearing, because this issue has really attracted a lot of issues, a lot of discussion, a lot of argument. I'm not here to discuss whether that was right or the dressing was right or wrong or what, in any manner of what she was dressing. I'm really interested at this part where she was detained for 30 days pending investigation. I really want to ask these people, what are they investigating? What can you think they will be investigating?
I'm thinking maybe the person was not wearing proper. Maybe they're going to investigate, looking at how did this, the way the person was wearing affected people. But how will they investigate that? Because they can see how the person is wearing.
I got to realize that Rwanda has a lot of strict rules, where, especially in matters of dressing, these laws and rules of theirs also go down even to social issues like the way they dress. I've also had such kind of cases in Uganda. So let us see what the court will say, the court of Rwanda will say there. But it will be a really interesting thing to follow up on what is happening. So, Ali, I think that is what is basically happening in most parts of the continent. I hope
and
people
also,
really got to understand.
Let's not forget, there's something important that is also happening today, which we forgot to mention. I don't know if you have learned that the DRC president, Tshisekedi, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Tshisekedi, is actually taking over from Chakwera to lead the SADC. I'm not sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, and the SADC is a regional bloc.
Yes, I'm also not sure you are aware that the pub, they call it the PEN, I believe is the PAP parliament, which it belongs to. They call it it's in South Africa. It was also suspended due to the shutdown that is happening tomorrow. I believe it was supposed to have a sitting tomorrow
Yeah.
to discuss some other matters. So it was actually suspended due to the shutdown that is taking place tomorrow. Yeah, I believe that is what we have for tonight. And
Yeah.
introducing the show to the house. I believe those who are
Yeah,
watching.
Ali, I'm learning. I'm really glad that I've gotten to know what is happening in South Africa. You have mentioned about something in Mozambique. I'm really glad. And I hope that our viewers are also sharing that gladness with me, especially those who don't know what is happening from my side here in Kenya, those who don't know what is happening in South Africa. And also from your side, there are those people who don't know what is happening in Kenya and in the western part of the continent. I hope they will keep it tuned here so that they will always be knowing what is happening in the continent. It is such a shame. It is such a shame when you go somewhere and you don't know how to defend yourself. There's those discussions where you go somewhere and you hear people talking about things and it's just like you are out of this world. So don't worry, guys. African Corner has got you covered. So you're no longer going to be ashamed again. Just keep it tuned here. Tell your friends to subscribe and also share the content.
Please let them subscribe, my friend. Let them subscribe and comment and share.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Asante.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Karibu.